hearing storms down by the shore. Pirates in the port of paradise. Hey, ruined mariners marinated, swinging one north with their heads big or sore. Viscera and gore in paradise. Pirates in the bay, taking what they may. Yarn and gold aboard, what decorates indoors. Taking home decor. Please not a word more. It's the Pirates of Paradise. Ah! Ah!
Thank you, Craig.
Damn right we are. John is making a solemn oath to actually put this episode up.
Did you upload the last one? When was that? Yesterday? Question mark?
Sure didn't. I really hope I saved the file on my PC, because if not, I'm mad at myself a lot.
Oh, like the file of OBS or whatever.
Oh no, not of OBS. I mean the.
Itself, like where Craig gives it to us.
Yeah, Craig. I hope I saved that. If I didn't, it's gone because it's been like 8 days or some shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, major fucking bummer.
That is a bummer. But so tell me about this haggling based hoarders den you went to.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I'm gonna lead with positive news. Good news, then the bad news. But then also, it's still good news. Yeah. So yeah. I fuck shit. I came up with a new flavor to Flav in my life. What you want to do is you want to take like some real decent sauerkraut. Actually, no. You want to like layer bacon in a pan, right? Like a frying pan. You want to cover it in like sauerkraut. Then you want to just douse that bit in hot sauce, right? And then you just kind of wait for it to like all the bacon to cook underneath the coleslaw, but like the coleslaw has a lot of water and shit, so it takes like a minute. Like it takes like 30 to 45 minutes for it to all be cooked. And then you just like I just scrambled a bunch of eggs in a bowl and then poured it in over top. Like once all that shit was I flipped it a couple times, put a lid on it, just let it simmer, and then I poured the eggs in, and because before I tried just putting that like I guess I would call it like a hash, like a bacon coleslaw hot sauce hash. I tried putting that on like some toast, but it was not great, and I almost horked because I was eating dog shit Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread's not good. It's not good. I should have gotten a real bread because then it might have been pretty decent actually. And I have access to all kinds of bread.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, you have no excuse.
I have no excuse. I could have put it on a sourdough on a white niche. That's a major bummer. But the fucking omelet, fantastic. Submerging whole strips of bacon in an omelet is a fucking fantastic move. It's so good because the bacon like somehow disintegrates. Like it's not burnt, so it's not like bits. But like you can still cut through it with a fork real easy.
Ooh.
It's just good. I ate that at like 1 a.m. today when I got back from the gym. Yeah, like when I got back from the gym, took a shower, scrubbed the schmuck out of the bottom of our refrigerator because I think that our other like adjacent roommate just fucking quitty. Like he hasn't paid like whatever. We'll get into that. I think he may not have touched our like electricity bill this month. May not have put any hands in that pot, but I also haven't seen him in a minute, and I think what I think is his food only because he's Asian and there are a bunch of fucking dumplings in our freezer. Like our entire fridge is filled with like sauces and dumplings, and they've been there for a minute, like just bags of meat. And I just do like I've been opening them and just sniffing them to make sure. I'm like, dog, like the second there's mold on this, I'm throwing this entire fridge out the fucking house.
Okay. I'm gonna lift it on my shoulder. And you're gonna shot put it through the door.
Yeah. Like I don't even know. I don't understand because I don't know if refrigerators like it looks bigger than our doors do.
Mm-hmm. Like that, like as in it won't fit through, like a height situation.
Yeah, I don't know if they just built it around it because it's an old ass refrigerator.
Oh wow!
Like I couldn't even tell you the make or model of it. Probably. I mean, I could. I'm most likely to find some sort of serial number. Yeah, it's pretty fucking old. Like it's one of the reasons I kind of want to like find a new spot. But what I'll take with me for sure is that goddamn bacon element because that's just fantastic, and a little bit of sauerkraut. Because apparently, I found out I can't eat cold sauerkraut, or I don't throw up, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Has a bad texture. You need to crisp it up a good bit. A good crispy cabbage is pretty solid. But
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, it's pretty
been a
good.
while since I've eaten sauerkraut, but I feel like when was the last time I had sauerkraut?
It's like a less crispy kimchi, right? Like a kimchi still has like a bit of the crisp to the cabbage. So it's like
I don't think I've had kimchi.
Ooh,
it's like a fermented cabbage situation, but
you need to get like a good kimchi, like preferably one that says spicy. There's probably only like three different brands that operate like in the US.
That you can buy it,
Yeah, but you can get it and it's good. It's a good time. You got to get it in a little glass mason jar, in the refrigerated section. But or you could also just make it yourself. I think you could. I think Kellen does that. Maybe his mom. Not sure.
Say that one more time?
I think Kellen's mom makes kimchi like herself.
Like her own kimchi?
Yep.
That's a baller.
But there's also some dirty white shit to do. It's some dirty white shit
I don't know.
Like kombucha or like kimchi at home. You're like, so this is the tank where all the where the bacteria scum floats, and it's gonna be my lemon ginger black tea kombucha in 6 to 8 months.
I think it's pretty baller. I think the idea of the Citadel where you're free of all other systems. I think step one might be getting real used to how bacteria scum operates.
That's true. Because I don't want to be scrubbing. I was thinking about that in the shower last night because I was like, "What is this black mold in my shower?" Like the paint's been chipping off of the bathtub since I moved in, but.
I cleaned my shower recently and I felt so much better about my life.
Yeah, I was like, "What is this black mold?" And so I was like scrubbing it with a loofah that's been in there since I moved in, and I doubt anybody uses that loofah.
Hopefully they don't.
Or hopefully I'm gonna be growing kimchi on another human being. But no, don't use that sweat rag.
They're gonna be the hangman growing black mold on the front of the black freighter.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Yes. So this thrift store.
Okay.
Speaking of black mold, I went in there. I should preface. I should give the information. So there's a thrift store near my school, and their whole thing, right, is that they have statues and shit, like statues and paintings and jackets that might be pretty cool. I don't know. Just says Ferrari on it. I don't know what that means. I don't read. I can't. I don't speak the language. But yeah, they're having like a 50% off sale. I go inside for the first time. I'm like, closing sounds like a great time for me to drop by for the first time. Yeah, closing time. I was upset because, first of all, they didn't have the song Closing Time just playing on loop because they're out of there tomorrow. Like, tomorrow's their last day, I'm pretty sure. Might be next Friday. They said Friday. I don't know. But some kind of something. They had just, like, boxes and boxes of baseball cards. And baseball cards aren't worth anything now, I would say.
Well, I think most of anything is worth nothing. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, the fact that anybody would pay money for, like, anything short of, like, Shoeless Joe Jackson, like, the cards that were made in, like, on cigarette boxes, and then he was like, I don't smoke cigarettes. Stop doing that. Like, those cards that are super fucking rare, maybe those, But other than that, like, there's not a
Apparently,
lot looking at a
there's like a
sign.
the 1909 like Hannes Wagner baseball card goes for went for like $3.12 million.
Yeah,
that's from
but
1909. Yeah.
yeah, and they didn't have those in there. They had like vintage in the sense that it was made in 1980. Like this dude was basically just not even a college student, but he just had a bunch of shit, right? Like he had a bunch of
Mhm.
shit probably that was just like, back when you had money to spend on whole bunch of things, right?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, like because you didn't
Oh.
like there was
Mhm.
nothing else to fucking spend money on other than like I don't know.
Yeah, there were no like music streaming services to pay for. There was no GoPuff.
Yeah, there's no GoPuff, there's no music streaming services, no cell phones, no TVs, no
Exactly.
cars, or like no,
Yeah, no, you don't.
not really a real entrance into the car consumer market. You didn't have to have insurance. You didn't have to have
Exactly.
yeah,
Like
any of
Looking
that.
Fly was so far. It was so. What am I trying to say? It was like a different level of economic strata, so it wasn't even a real concern for the everyman.
Yeah, you're like, I don't need shoes. What do I fucking? It's 1960.
Yeah, no, like I know.
We're trying to kill everybody and go back to the forest, like the fucking Khmer Rouge. Okay, we got this on lock. But
This is unrelated. Shoeless Joe Jackson, $667,000.
oh, okay, never mind. I guess it wasn't. Maybe if he had signed one, but I don't think he would have. Possible.
Oh wait, in 2008. Okay, so hold on. That's
Into-
in 2016 a PSA grade 8. I'm assuming that's a good grade. Oh yeah, because it's a 1 through 10, I guess. Sold for that number in 2008. A card with a lower grade went for like 86,000. Oh, almost 87,000. So
that's still
it's mostly, as any rare thing, it's a condition thing, I guess.
yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, speaking of which, the condition of their vintage items were like they had a bunch of like, oh, these are Victorian era books because anybody like that's the pride of like the East Coast in the US. I really wish I lived in I was born in a country where like there was history to it because there really isn't shit in the US as far as history. Like we build statues and shit, but like it's not a lot. So like the distinctions between our eras are kind of trivial because like we aren't like this is when this empire ruled us. We're like, no, this is when we called ourselves the same thing.
No,
like,
exactly. It's just like everybody came here.
Yeah, everybody came here. Like I think that we could get rid of like Victorian era and shit and like just redefine it based on like the racial hazing that occurred. We're like, oh, this is when we didn't like
That's what I was
them.
gonna say.
And this is when we didn't like them because they were new. This is when we didn't like them because that one person that was them attacked us.
Do you think that's actually because I was trying to think about how you would define like time time periods in like purely like American history terms, and I think that might be it. Like when, or like it might be just like I guess there's obviously a transition from like European settler to American citizen, and that's obvious. But like, yeah, I think it might be like it might just be like an oppression thing, or like when did we bring the slaves here? When did we start marching the people out of the territories?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's true because like for a minute there was like a hard rule: don't go past the Appalachian Mountains. I think it was like a British rule, but they're like, don't fucking go past those mountains because then we can't help you and you can't help us. So
and so
that's a
maybe a less I don't know, as a minority, maybe like a less victim-y way to make it sound would just be like, oh, we chronicle, like the most convenient way to chronicle American history is via like the geographic location of European settlers and descendants of, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like, I guess descendant, like let's say the geographic distribution of American citizens or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's the least victim-y way to do it. But you were talking about how the time distinctions are kind of horseshit, Victorian books, etc.
Oh, they had Victorian books. Speaking of grading, they had Victorian books, right, that were just the cover, and then they had like some of the pages in a box. And the pages weren't like stacked neatly in a box. They're like, these are some of the pages, and then they just fucking threw them in there. You know, like it looked like a recycling bin.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the paper isn't stacked.
Dude, you know how you read a book with the pages crumpled in a box? You saw through him. Dude, you never saw through a book before.
Literacy rates started putting the pages inside the cover, stitching them together and whatnot.
Are you telling me you can't piece the pages together by a typeface? You can't match the subheading to the proper paragraphs, even though this book's 87 years old.
87?
I'm sorry, but like
87 years since Victorian times. Pretty much.
What year is it? Hold on. It's like
help me.
Year
Where
1750.
Am I?
I don't know.
We're gonna jump out of hyperspace.
What's the term? A dude I know used the term cap to mean lie. And so I'm not going to cap with you.
Sorry. I missed that section. What did you say? What's the term?
A dude, he used the term cap to mean lie. Like, he was like, don't cap with me. And I thought it was really funny, and I might try and steal it from him. And in this scenario, I'm not going to cap with you. Couldn't tell you when the Victorian era is. I'm Googling it right now.
I'm going to say after the Civil War, but before the Industrial Revolution. So, like...
the period of Queen Victoria's reign. Okay, so, like, Wikipedia says 1837 to 1901.
Okay, so I was right about the caps, but not the caps. I was right about the bookends on that section, but I was wrong about so like including the Civil War and the Industrial Revolution, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh, back in 1890 when everybody was taking us off the gold standard. Woohoo! Something like that.
But
anti-Masonic party. Imagine having like an entire political like identity around like I don't give a fuck what it is, just no goddamn Masons. If I see a Mason around here, I'm gonna call Ball Park, and they're gonna come down here and sell that jar for whatever they can get.
Wait, as in like...
Oh no, it's just like... Ball, right? It's just Ball.
It's just Ball?
Ball Park is the Frank. Ball is the Mason Jar Company.
I did not.
I think.
Well, I knew about the Ballpark Franks. I didn't know about the Ball Mason.
You don't know about the Ball Mason Jar Company? I think it's just Ball, right?
Yeah, no, it is. It is Ball. It is Ball. It says Ball Mason. Yeah. No, you're totally right about that. I just didn't know that.
I got Ball knowledge. That's pretty.
You're a Ball.
Masonic is what I was gonna. No, I don't know. But no, it's just pretty solid. Good time. But yeah. Let me think. So other fine items in this fucking thrift store. First of all, it looks like the thrift store from not Shazam, not Shaq Fu. It might have been Shaq Fu. What was the movie where like Shaq played a genie?
Oh, Kazam?
Kazam. I was gonna say Shazam, but I knew that was. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, like like the old timey store like that from every fucking movie where that's a thing.
Where you find an artifact, yeah.
Yeah, and I accidentally moved an alligator body because I was like, oh, what is this? Some kind of fucking alligator sculpture? And I was like, oh no, it's alligator skin with grass in it. They stuffed grass in this alligator skin.
Yeah, exactly. It's the husk.
It's a husk. Yeah, this is somebody shucked the inside of this fucking.
Oh no!
This alligator.
They mutilated the corpse of an animal.
Yeah, but the tail was like falling off, and I'm like, I just can't let the creepy ass store owner see me because there were like 15 people in there, right? And I could hear him the entire time I was in there for like the entire hour. I could hear. I don't think it was the owner, but it might have been the owner's like inbred son or something. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, but he was like he just kept saying some like inane shit like, "Ooh, you got a dog? The dog not too fond of man, but he really likes women." I was like, okay, he just kept saying that like it's like, oh yeah, the dog. This is dog doesn't like. I was like, oh, okay, that's very cool. That's very cool. And then somebody would be like, how much is this? And he's like, $10. But I got to check with whatever. And the other ones might not cost the same. And if somebody else comes in here, I don't know if it's gonna be $10. I might have to see what else. So
no, exactly.
This is not a store.
Basically, like, give me $10. It's like, I think, was it like if he was begging but around a pile of interesting garbage?
Yeah. He was very authoritatively trying to assert that he's like, now you see that stein there, it's worth $10. Sure, we're gonna throw it on the curb as soon as he's left. I guess we'll try to move out of any as we get out of here into the mall.
This whole place is gonna be a crater soon.
Yeah.
I mean, will it still be $10 when it's a crater? I don't know.
I'm just soaking the roof with gasoline. Run. You take my pop's store from him. I'm gonna wreck your shit.
It's like, by the fire.
Yeah, I don't know how much money that store could possibly make though, because I've never seen anybody go in there. Right?
I've been there one time with.
And there.
I was there one time, but I can't remember why. I think this dude, hold on, was looking for a prop. I put it in it. But,
that makes sense.
He was looking for he was looking for like a prop gun, and we didn't find what they were looking like.
No, they had a fine array of knives though that actually did remind me of that dude.
Interesting.
They had every fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle weapon short of a katana, and I was upset about it. I was like, yo, if they have a katana here, I'm walking out with a katana today. Because I've been wanting a katana for a minute, even if it's like a shitty American steel, like fat, like 1-inch thick katana. Like, I want it. Like, I want that fucking it's just the steel rod that somebody sharpened on like a grindstone. Like,
yeah. Like no fancy forging.
No fancy forging.
But just, no, it's the sword of my hip. This is my sword now.
Yeah, it's mine.
This is how I end confrontations.
But they had like a sai, but it had like a bunch of holes in it. Like it looked like a Swiss cheese knife. Like, it looked like a sacrifice dagger is what it was, And I almost got it because there is a quasi ritualistic mural in our basement that Kellen helped me create, and and there may or may not involve a ritualistic geometric arrangement of 5 or more sides and about that many points. But I'm not saying that this knife would have been. I'm just saying it would have been great if I left it in the basement of my apartment.
Why have I not seen it? If there was a ritualistic mural? Have I not heard of this?
You haven't heard of it because it technically doesn't exist. And were you to check it out? Well, you'd probably be fine. But I'm trying to raise questions. I'm trying to raise questions around here. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to.
You're just trying to expand people's worldview.
It's the battle of ideas, okay? Is what it is.
We're on the front line.
We're on the front lines of the battle of ideas. Get poked by some philosophical quandaries.
I'm sending you an image. It's that test cut of that tarot card. Well, like while we're on the subject of art, I guess vaguely. I forgot to send this to you yesterday because I'm kind of a bad person. But that's all good.
It's all good. So am I. But that's pretty baller. That's all I'm saying. It's pretty fucking baller.
I need to find a new way to cut the darker areas and the the inner patterns, because if you zoom in, you can see that for the iris and the outer eye and the dark pattern, those are all distinctly different patterns, but cutting the darkest, the largest darkest area is kind of a fire hazard, and so I need to find a way to do it that isn't a fire hazard.
That's still not bad. That looks like maybe a scratch or tattoo shading. Like a little bit better than that, but like it's a little muddy. It's a little muddy, but it's all fine. It's all good.
Yeah,
I
just
think
wanted
it's
to let you
actually
know.
cool because like you can definitely still see the definition in the iris. This might just be the thumbnail of the video, too. Now that we're talking about it on air, but
Rock
because
on.
that's pretty fucking dope. But yeah, I like it because it's like the one pupil fucking gets me. The one pupil fucking gets me. It's nice. I'm happy with it.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'm still working on these, and I actually had an interesting idea related to your tarot, but I don't want to talk about it on the podcast to the extent that I feel like if I get the idea out, I won't do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair. Keep it deep inside.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anything else? I'm trying to think. What else was in there? Oh, I found a lovely DVD collection in there. It was any guesses, by the way? Any guesses to start this off?
Oh, maybe like a DVD collection.
Yeah, there was a bunch of DVDs in there. All kinds of DVDs. Like still sealed in the box too. Like never been opened.
I don't know. Probably like an Adam Sandler movie that someone thought they would want to see again, and then like picked up the thing and was like, never ever.
Yeah. No, not that. There was about 25 of the same like 1980 like John Travolta style. Like what's the movie where John Travolta's like a dance dude? Like that's his whole thing.
Dirty Dancing? Question mark? Is he in that, or is that Patrick Swayze?
That I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. But yeah. Basically the one where there's like a meme of it. I think that's the only reason I know of this movie. But he's like dancing in like a mirrored studio or something. It's just really bullshit aerobics for people who smoke cigarettes. Like smoke cigarettes, do coke, go to the gym, like those kind of people. And then also stay-at-home parents and stuff. But yeah, it was a good time.
Wait, is it?
Oh, just like all kinds of like jazzercise type things. But the movie, yeah, just let me know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
John Travolta dancing movie. Doc, isn't every single movie he's in a dancing movie?
Is the floor like really lit up? In the meme you're thinking about?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Let's see. I could. It might be. Oh, it's Perfect. I think. Movie Perfect. Yeah, you want to look up the movie Perfect, 1985, and then go to Images, and that's these are the DVDs I found. But also, and listen closely because it's going to hit hard.
That's not the gift that's not the gift I was looking at all.
Yeah. So it was basically like a bunch of those types of DVDs. It wasn't the movie, but it was like that sort of exercise video, like leotard, lycra, spandex, sweatshorts.
Yeah,
just balls.
Sweat stains.
Yeah, balls just swinging in some like 1970s like basketball shorts, like before black people basketball shorts.
Oh yeah. No, I totally understand. I think he's an investigative reporter. I think that's what his character is. Jesus Christ.
That's interesting. Yeah. But there was also there was this lovely film in there. I think it was called Spring Break Miami 1985. Parental advisory, explicit content.
No.
I think that was the full name of it. It was still in the shrink wrap. But I had a strange inclination to buy physical pornographic media.
You know what?
I know. That seems like an online purchase, but that's amusing to me.
Well, but hear me out. It's purchase it in cash, and soon the building's going to be a hole.
That's true. Be like, this is untraceable. Okay. I got $20. I got a $20 sandwich. What do you want from me? But yeah, there were all kinds of knives in there. It was a fun time. Just various types of machetes and things. There's this one knife, like, that looked Vietnamish, but I don't know. I don't even know how you start that business, right? Like how you start like a trash business, because that's basically what it is. You're like, let me get like 15 to 25 statues and then as many old
Oh, yeah.
movie posters as I can. Like I'm gonna
I feel
work
like
at a movie theater and collect movie posters and sit around in a building that I'm leasing somehow
somehow.
with some kind of money to
Hmm.
like, yeah, I don't understand.
Like, this is how my dad would want me to spend mine. Just
Because
waiting until I have enough interesting trash that some people might forget that it's trash.
I don't understand it at all, though, right? Like, how? Because, like, I don't know what their rent was, but to meet rent on a commercial space, like, they don't give you forever, and that's been around for like at least 10 years,
Oh yeah,
probably way
it was
more
there
than
the
that.
entire time I was in state college. Like
Yeah,
that's
me
I
too.
remember I remember like driving around state college like for one of the first times and thinking and like me and my mom were like, oh, we should go in there one day. We never did. Well,
Yeah,
like
driving
together at
around is
least.
where I lost you.
We were driving around state college like right after we moved there, or right after I moved there because she was there before I was. But we were like we should go in there one day. We never did together, but it has been there for a very long.
Yeah, it's been there for a minute, and obviously the building's been there for even longer because it get demolished soon. But
Mhm.
buildings getting destroyed makes me sad because I'm like, that's a building I could own if you just gave it to me right now.
Yeah, just hold on. How much do you want? How much were they paying?
Yeah, how much were they paying? I just want a building. What, you gonna give it away for free?
Yeah,
I'll take this building 50% off. The sign's right
yeah.
out front says 50%
Look,
off.
I'll give you if you're looking for a buffalo chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Wait until it's wait. What's the fucking? Oh no, that's Meatball Monday. That's the thing I'm thinking of. We're like, hey, hold on, I can get you a very good price sandwich, and I'll exchange it for this building. Both of them are temporary assets. These are both consumable items. You're gonna tear this building down.
Yeah. Oh
But
my gosh.
oh, and really quickly before we get too far away from it, I was just gonna say that I feel like the trash store format especially doesn't make sense to me because eBay is the ultimate trash store.
I think that's why they're going out of business in part.
Yeah,
And so is the
just
music
because like
store because nobody buys like most instruments in a music store.
mhm. Yeah, no, that's not. I don't know. I think well, obviously, in-store purchase is probably is like declining on the whole because of online shopping. I would guess, but
Yeah, but like they can be nobody like there's no reason to have a retailer because retailers like as a land use designation like you want direct to
so you
consumer
know,
basically, right?
yeah.
Like you want to just get product from the person who made it
I mean, maybe like
to like
I
maybe a
maybe retail.
warehouse where you
Maybe,
keep
oh,
all
I'm
of
sorry.
it
Say what were you gonna
to
say?
the person, right? Like, oh no, I was just cutting in and out, I think, because my Wi-Fi's trash. But yeah, no, you just want to get direct to consumer. Direct to consumer marketing is like a
Oh yeah.
great. It's not. Yeah, I mean, it's good for the people at the end and the people at the beginning. But yeah, just cutting out middlemen. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, like maybe if I was trying to think about like a very like a long term viable retail format, and maybe if
And
well I guess
maybe
well like the Amazon store format works. I was thinking maybe if like one of the high rises they're going to replace like that like the building we're talking about with if you could somehow like poll the tenants figure out what they needed and then stock a custom store over time like that you update like you rotate your stock with like census data for the
that
building.
time and we're
Wait, say that again.
back. That you update over time, and that's where I lost you. Yeah.
That
Shit.
you update like the contents of the store with like building like statistical information, and that sounds like so untenable. Well, not like so untenable, but
I
still not worth it. You know what I mean?
I am upset with how untargeted my ads are. Because if I'm going to see ads, I don't want them to waste my fucking time, right? I have no problem seeing ads for like really good fucking products, right? Like Bluetooth earbuds.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like the true wireless ones, I really like those ads because I'm in the market for a
Or some
pair.
shit that like have really high
Mhm.
customer reviews that have been like authenticated or something. That's fantastic. I would love that. But I don't get those. I get like women's clothing ads, and that's a fucking L on them.
Mhm.
Like, oh, you could have had my money so quick. You would just
Oh yeah, no,
been
I was
listening
gonna
to my
say like
YouTube subscription feed and
my
buying up all my
Instagram
metadata.
ads are really on point lately. Like they're all things that I would legitimately purchase.
There was one like Christmas gift I got that was like a food item, and I saw an ad for that food item, and then like Christmas Day, and then I went to my parents' house and I unwrapped the box, and I saw that
Mhm.
same food item. I was like, oh, okay. So what probably happened is the grocery store sold your metadata from like your customer purchase or whatever, like your bonus card or whatever they have that for and all that.
Oh yeah, that would. It would be interesting if you could like purchase someone's not like
Um,
purchase someone's metadata.
and they were like, blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
You have
I
the
was gonna
same
say it'd be
phone,
interesting
massive.
if you could somehow
Oh,
like
oh,
if
what?
you
Sorry,
could
what?
control the buying and selling of your individual metadata. Like if you were like, hey, I'll give you all my information. Not you know what I mean? Like all the data that can be collected about me to a certain extent in exchange for money or
That's
something
actually a
like
pretty big political issue. Like I think Andrew Yang, I actually really fuck with Andrew Yang on that. Like I think there's like a lot of weird shit with him, but like I like that he's actually introducing like real issues and like policy and stuff, and he isn't like a know nothing person in regards to like especially new technology. But he was like, no, for sure. The issues that affect us, like we need to be able to own our data. Maybe not like own or like control who sees it, but like we need to at least be getting some sort of return on the sale of our information. Like it's our information, we need a cut of the sale. Like
Oh yeah,
so I
yeah.
think his proposal is to just like tax individual consumer information, but it gets weird because they're key demographics, right? And depending on the demographic, it's worth more or less because
Mhm.
I think old people have really set consumer preferences, and so they're
Yeah.
not less prone to advertising, but like I don't know. There's some weird shit with all that,
Oh yeah, because I
and
guess they have like more like the older you are, the more likely or within a pocket you have like stable income, but you already know the things that you like.
you're
And
like,
then like
yeah, I'm gonna
yeah.
buy just like Sam's Club candy and
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I buy Target
35
brand
packs of
Costco.
gum. I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
eaten a
yeah.
piece of gum that isn't Trident in 58 years.
Exactly. And it's because I had the other gums when they came out and they suck. I don't trust them. But and then I like obviously on the other end of the spectrum, you have like young people who
Yeah,
are
so
like
that's
may change their interests wildly, but we don't have that much like economic move like power, I guess.
yeah, it'd be pretty Oh yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But children are a very valuable demographic, and I
Oh
think the
yeah.
advertising is relatively. Um, I'm pretty sure advertising towards children is somewhat regulated in terms of like what you obviously can't try and sell them cigarettes on like
Yeah.
the CW or something, but like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles smoking cools and I don't know something else. Like
Camel
fucking
power. There's something like that.
yeah,
I don't know.
rolling up in a Fronto.
No. Yeah, oh no. They're just like they're like, hey Leo,
Heineken.
that was a really cool sword trick. How'd you do it? And you're just like, well, I smoked about 87 cigarettes. And I saw God. And that God told me about this sword move. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man. But children advertising, that's where we were.
yeah.
Let me think. Because I did have something. Hold on. I don't know, because I was listening to the Joe, like, well, not the full one, but a clip from the Joe Rogan with Edward Snowden about
Oh yeah, I watched that. That was good.
about like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was just like the bit about Bolt Connection and Man, I should have. I don't know if he definitely gave the name of the paper where he and I think it was a PhD of some sort talked about how you can't really know when your phone is off
This is
or
just
like
cutting
the
in and
data
out.
it's sending into the air.
Wait.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
A paper where he, sorry, like I think you said
Oh,
he
I
had a
believe
PhD of
he
some
and
kind.
yeah, he and a PhD of some kind talked about how with modern smartphones, it's hard to know whether your phone is truly on or off or transmitting data or not, and how it's in the best interest of, I guess it's in the best interest of large corporations and the government to have the information street not be exactly a two-way one for the purposes of bulk collection and then doing like selling consumer information to the parties that benefit from having consumer information.
Yeah,
And
I don't know
I
who
think
sells the actual information. Whether it's, I'm actually pissed as shit, right? Because like, if I would take all of my consumer information being stolen, right, or not stolen. Yeah, well, I guess stolen, right? In return, because I'm not getting anything in return, and I have inputs in that. Like I'm
yeah, like
inputting
you're
my
generating.
consumers. Yeah, because if
Exactly.
you're just gonna break it down to like the economy is just a manner of distributing resources, and we're trying to figure out how to distribute those to the people who want them most, or whatever, or like how to
Yeah,
distribute them best.
something
Distribute
like
them
that.
to me. Distribute them to me. Distribute the ones
Oh
I
yeah,
want
because
to me.
like I like earlier how I said like my Instagram ads are on point. I like having ads that are relevant to me. You know what I mean? And so to the extent that I prefer not to have my time wasted, would I be willing to give Instagram a portion of my like internet traffic data so they know what I'm into so they're not wasting my damn time so I like their app more? Like sure.
But with
But
cell phones, right? This is my
yeah.
thing, right? Why
Mhm.
the fuck am I paying for a plan if and then if you're also profiting off of my data? Like
Yeah. Yeah,
provide
yeah,
it
yeah,
like
yeah.
provide it like at cost or something, or like a very low rate, or for free.
Oh no.
Like I'll buy
Oh
the
yeah, no.
phone, you give me the plan for free so I can have information anywhere I am.
Yeah, that is actually that's a really interesting idea. Hold on. Um geez, what would you call that? Like
Like I
like
will
it like an
trade you all of my data for all of your like, yeah, for the
for the
service.
capability to
For
communicate and
yeah.
whatnot.
If you're gonna use my information like it's public, you should be regulated like a public utility or some shit. Like
Mhm.
you can't you like the amount of the money you're allowed to profit off of that necessity should be limited. Like and not even really just limited, just be like, listen, dog, like you gotta fucking throw a bone back to the consumer because
Yeah,
vertical
exactly. Like
integration is worth fucking not like you could have the price level be exactly the same as it was like before the industrial revolution if you put 100% of the profit into like making sure that like, oh no, like a cabbage costs like the same as it did before, but now anybody who wants a cabbage at that price can get it, and the rest of these
yeah.
cabbages are just gonna rot. They're just gonna rot. Like you could do something like that. I don't know. Like
That is a really good idea. Just I think that actually I don't know. I think that might be because we probably talked about this in some way, shape, or form, but I'm totally down for the idea of like making information as free as possible, like the internet and whatnot. And I kind of like the idea of like a satellite internet everywhere. But if like, hey, if I'm gonna use your shit that's definitely like bugged, to the extent that you're taking the information, profiting off of it, et cetera, in exchange for me being tapped into. Oh, it's like when what's the dude from the first Matrix who works with Agent Smith to get back into the Matrix?
oh, I know what you're talking about. That
It's
dude. Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like that, is it not? You know what I mean? Like, hey, totally take me for all the knowledge, take me for all my ones and zeros,
I'm
but
just trying to get steak in me.
exactly, dude, I gotta have the steak for free. That's yeah, yeah. No, but that is a really interesting concept. I want to do research on that because I wonder if that's a thing like people talk about. Because that doesn't sound like the worst system on the planet. Just like if you're gonna take it, just give me the ability to like create, and manipulate my own information for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know about manipulate. Like I don't even manipulate anything. Well, I guess you already have information free, or maybe not for free, but like, yeah, kinda. I guess.
Like, yeah, I guess to the extent that you behave and that your actions can be specified.
Yeah, but obviously, like the price indicates that and stuff of things. Yeah. So it's not.
I
Yeah,
guess.
it's not for free, but like,
Yeah.
you have you have a an element of freedom in your choice.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think what else? Is there anything else? Oh, there were some like African masks. Oh, there was a bunch of like slightly antebellum looking like like African figurines in the fucking thrift store.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a little bit disconcerting. But, you know, I just didn't like that statues of black people were probably being sold for more than the real ones were.
Probably.
Like $100. I paid $12.50 for
the person
Nat
that
Turner.
and have a little bond. No, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh man. I've been meaning to go to a thrift store recently. I mean to do so in the relatively near future. Just because I have a lot of clothes that well, like, so many of my clothes don't exactly fit me anymore, and then like even of the clothes that fit, I don't love all of them. So I would like to flip a lot of the clothing that I wear just to have fewer things. Because I think one of my personal problems is that like I definitely, like we talked about this before, hoarder tendencies. I don't want to be on the show, and I think to not be on the show, I should just get rid of like at least 50% of the things that I own.
That's fair. I should also probably clear some shit at some point in the near future. But I don't know. I fuck with the clothes heavy.
Oh no, me too. I just wish I liked all of them. Like I wish every outfit I had, I was like, God damn, this is a crisp one.
I think I'm pretty solid with all my clothing. I'm trying to think. Is there anything that's just like real bullshit? I have some like annoying shirts, but like I got them because they were that. Like just some really loud fucking shirts. There's definitely probably like some old T-shirts that I use as like gym shirts that I might swap out, because I got a fresh pack of like black cotton tees, and oh my god, they feel so fucking nice on my body.
Ooh.
They feel so nice, and I'm like, oh, why am I wearing a fucking terry cloth rag with like buckshot holes in it? Why am I doing that? Like where a zipper has just hit it 58 times in the drawer, or like like a ghost has put out a cigarette on my shirt or something.
Yeah, no, like you've dropped a sandwich on it, like a shirt that's really been through the ringer. I still have like a bunch of Panera shirts, and I think I should get rid of all my old Panera memorabilia.
Oh, 100%, except for maybe some of the hats. Like at least one of each. Like, wait, do you have the orange hats? Because those are the only ones.
I think I have one trainer hat that I just took.
Oh, apparently they make I don't know what you refer to them as, like a visor, like a topless visor, but you have to buy it directly from like the supplier, like the outfit supplier.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I think $50 or something for like a single one. Might be like $30, something like that. But it's too much for me to spend, but it's enough for me to spend to be stunting if I'm going to be there in the long term.
Definitely. Just like, hey, I don't know if you know, but I'm a Panera professional.
Bet I'm going to take that $4 that you're going to give me extra an hour, and I'm going to buy a goddamn hat with that and work for free for a week.
So you can see this, see these shaved sides, see this ponytail.
John, you're not scheduled. I know. I'm just here to stunt. I'm here to sit in the corner. Like this is a cantina and this is Star Wars. Like I'm trying to sit in the corner and look conspicuous. My goddamn hat. But I'm trying to think. What else? I think that like we covered a little bit of like the political candidacy and stuff, and I think in what I think is a lost episode at this point. But
oh yeah, that might be a lost episode.
I think the field's really narrowing down at this point, which I think is fair. Because like literally, yeah, like nobody gives a shit. Also, like the hot story right now is just that Biden keeps telling people to like fuck off. Like voters come up to him like at his town halls and stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, so this is my concern." And he's like, he'll ask like a rhetorical question. Like I think somebody was talking about like, "Yeah, we should transition away from fossil fuels," and he's like, "Do you think that's possible?" And the guy's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Vote for someone else." Biden's like, "Vote for somebody else then." Like, and he's on camera. There's like at least 13 recorded instances of him in this campaign being like, "Then vote for somebody else," and I fucking think it's hilarious. Like,
no, that's hilarious.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't miss
no,
that.
I just had to connect and disconnect.
Yeah, he's just telling you like, "Were you gonna vote for me? Fuck off."
Yeah, just like, hey, I don't need your vote. I need some, but not yours. That is very strange. We should like legitimately cover like, well, when I say legitimately cover, I mean do it again at some point.
Oh, for sure. We should do an update pretty soon. Apparently, Andrew Yang qualified. Like he qualified for the upcoming election.
Oh, sick for like
But he wasn't at any of the debates because like he got shut out, right? Like MSNBC had a bunch of scandals where they were like they called him John Yang a whole bunch, and they spelled it with an H. So I'm offended on his behalf, and I'm going to personally take the heads of the entire MSNBC staff and put them on pikes on the top of high rises.
He qualified for he qualified for the February debate stage. This is a CNN article.
Oh, it's the debate stage. Okay, I thought he qualified for the primary.
So on Sunday he qualified for the February presidential the February Democratic presidential debate after earning 5% in a CNN poll conducted by the University of New Hampshire. So he's going to be with Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Warren, Amy Klobuchar, and Tom Steyer, and then Pete. Buttigieg?
Okay. Yeah, Buttigieg, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first gay, like the first prospective gay president, would be named Pete Buttigieg. And that meme has been drug into the dirt by now, but it's still fucking funny because he's terrible.
No, it is.
I actually saw him in person. He came to Penn State, like I think over the summer maybe, or like maybe fall semester.
Do you know what his platform is?
He doesn't have one.
Oh, okay. Is it that he's gay?
Yep. And also
good. It's really great.
He's pretty corporatist, like not centrist, like no, we should give money to corporations who do good because it's the job of the corporation to do the good on behalf of the people, I think. But like, oh yeah, he doesn't talk about policy. We should stop locking people up. We need a return to honor and dignity to the whatever. Like, I don't care who you like, what the candidate is. Like, if you don't lead with policy, I don't give a shit. Like,
exactly.
I don't give a shit about dignity. Like,
dignity as opposed to.
Yeah, I don't want to elect a puppet. I want to elect my puppet.
I want my puppet to have at least. I want the masters to be stable enough that they have an agenda they can talk about. You know,
a Tickle Me Elmo that has like, oh, I'm for blah, I'm for roads and bridges and hospitals.
Exactly. Like at least,
doesn't matter. Like Lockheed Martin comes up and they're poking the fucking stomach, and he's like, oh, I'm anti-intervention. I want something like that.
Bridges and hospitals. Yeah.
Roads and bridges and hospitals. Roads and bridges and hospitals.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know. I really wish I could be on the Bernie Sanders train, and I want to refamiliarize myself with his exact platform. But Bernie Sanders is very old, and old presidents bother me. I'm aware that young candidates aren't that strong, but
actually, that I think that somebody could run with his platform and do pretty
say
well
that
at this
again.
point. It's not that young candidates aren't strong. It's just that they don't have the name recognition. But that's changing because like social media and stuff. And so like
That's
there's
true.
been like not all of them, but like the ground game of they're called like the squad. I think it's like 5 Democratic congresswomen
Mhm.
that were like elected in like the last midterm or the one before that or something. Like within the last 10 years, but I guess probably more like 4 to 8, 4 to 6, something like that. All those people who were elected have like really strong ground games, and so like, but like not just ground games, like showing up and canvassing, getting all of the political infrastructure, like people going out and canvassing and campaign staffers and all the stuff that you need to run an election, like an election bid.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have like really good Twitter followings and stuff, which helps. Like, and Andrew Yang too, right? Like he's not that old, like
No,
for a
he's
candidate. How old is he? He's like what, 40 something, maybe?
let me see.
Age 40.
Yeah.
He's only 45.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good age. That's a
That's
solid
a good
age.
age. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just for me, it's just like we know, and I'm not trying to insult anyone over a certain age. I'm not like this. I legitimately do not believe myself to be an ageist of any kind. It's just we know that your intellectual stats drop over time, and I'm not saying that makes you stupid. I'm just saying it makes you
here's the
not as
thing,
good as you were before.
for sure. But I think Bernie Sanders has the fortunate situation of like he's been saying the same things for like 35 years, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty fucking solid. So
Mhm.
when his brain fries, he's just going to be saying like Medicare for stop the wars and free tuition for, like, you're gonna really have to zap his brain if you want to get him to say anything that isn't principled. Like,
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's
you're gonna
fair.
really have
That's
to
fair.
play you're gonna really have to play Scrabble with his fucking
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to.
neurons if
No,
you
you're
want
gonna
to get
need
him to
to.
say
You're gonna need
anything
to
else.
drill a hole in his skull, pour acid in it. You're gonna have to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, so he's pretty old. He's pretty old, but I think I would not be mad at like pretty much any combination. Anybody who's like worth a shit, I guess, in the race. Like anybody who's been talked about and has hype. Like, oh, do you know who Amy Klobuchar is?
I think we talked about her on the last episode.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know
we
that much
did. We
about
talked
her.
about her on the last one.
I
But
think we spent a fair amount of time on Amy Klobuchar.
she has this really shitty bit, right? Okay, so like the meme name for her is Cloud Boot Jar. But she's fucking irrelevant. Like there was this dude in the race named John Hickenlooper too. Like none of these people mean anything politically. Like it's amazing that they got elected in the first place. Like they got elected by people who didn't know who they were, who just like voted like D or R. Like that's who these people are. Like people who just go like down the ticket ballot.
Yeah. That really sucks. That really sucks. But hold on, we're not even in political positions. Hold on. I'm just gonna look at her platform again. Her Wikipedia. Generally, she's pro-choice, supports LGBT rights, Obamacare, critical of the Iraq War.
You know who else supported Obamacare? Mitt Romney, because it was his plan. And then Obama adopted it like after what do you call it? Like the like super like white supremacist militia people, like the birther like Tea Party people came out. they're the government's a lot like their fucking policy platform sounded like the Sith like mantra. Like peace is a lie. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength I gain power. Through power I gain victory. Through victory my chains are broken. Like
yeah. It's really fucking funny. I understand how people let themselves sound like supervillains. It's so easy not to.
Yeah. But yeah. she has this like really. It's not even that policy driven. It's just that her platform is milk toast because she doesn't lead with policy when she talks, and when she does, she doesn't do it in a way that is effective. She's not a very effective orator in that she tries to talk like details in like a CNN debate, right? And she also doesn't have the ground game to Breakfast Club interview or like go on Joe Rogan. I mean, I think you have to get cleared, but I'm sure if any of the presidential candidates were like, "Can I be on the podcast?" He'd be like, "Yeah, for sure."
Joe Rogan would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure." Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like, "All right, like we'll make like worst case scenario, it's only like an hour long, which is like the sign that like it's a high profile celebrity or like that he doesn't really like you that much." He's like,
exactly.
Let's cut it here.
That it's an inconvenience for someone. Like either Joe Rogan like just fit one in, or they fit Joe Rogan in, or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, what else was I gonna do today? Like smoke a little bit of weed and jerk off? I did that before this podcast started.
I'm just only gonna eat meat. I'm just gonna.
I like it. Yeah, he's like, I ate a fucking. I killed an elk.
Yeah.
I dragged it into the forest with my teeth, and because that's where elk
has kicked it.
I know about the cockroaches. And the kids, they used to crawl up my legs, rub my leg hair down.
Joe Rogan is kind of terrifying.
I think
not big terrifying.
A little bit. I think he might be autistic too. I'm not sure, but I think I get a spectrum-y vibe. I get a spectrum-y vibe
from Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I don't know if I get a spectrum-y vibe. It might just be that he's in entertainment, and so he has to be careful about what he says. It like the fact that he doesn't talk shit about comics, right? Like anytime somebody's like, "Oh, what do you think about this comic?" He's like, "They're very funny," because he doesn't do like the hack thing because like he wants to network, build connections, and build up comedy as a whole. And so his whole thing is like, if people start questioning what stand-up comedy is, then like there's just going to be a really high turnover rate, and it's not going to grow as a medium, and like artists aren't going to get good rates at all.
You know that Joe Rogan is Gerard Way's cousin, or I guess that Gerard Way is Joe Rogan's cousin? I had no idea.
I did not know that at all. Is it through marriage?
I am not sure, to be honest. I am not sure. I don't... Oh, man, I'm not even sure how I would tackle this problem.
That's really fucking...
No, that's weird, right? No, and like, it's hear me out.
Distant cousin? I don't know what that means.
It's in the name block. It's in the Wikipedia name block. Hold on. Let me hold on.
That's so strange.
That is. Hold on. How are they even related? Oh, dude. Okay, they talked about the podcast. Let me go to this article. Okay. So, okay. No, they're distant. They're distant cousins, but they don't know each other. Says.
So I guess like his grandmother is related somehow or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Rock on. That makes a lot of sense. That's pretty interesting. Gerard Way writes a decent comic. Well, wrote a decent comic for a while. I like some. Gerard Way is in charge of this DC imprint called Young Animal, and it was before I left State College, so it was probably like 2.5 years ago. But they started releasing a couple interesting books, like Cave Carson Has a Cybernetic Eye, Mother Panic. They relaunched like Doom Patrol. They were like decent books. But that's pretty interesting. I just didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big fucking fan. Like I liked My Chemical Romance, even though it's objectively not like fantastic, but it's very listenable pop, like emo, I guess, or like pop, whatever.
It is.
And then also,
one of their songs. Mm-hmm.
I listened to every single album in 8th grade, like on loop. Like that was all I was listening to for the year. Was fuck, which is my favorite album of theirs. I think it was Conventional Weapons, maybe. Oh, Conventional Weapons is pretty solid. Also, like that album, that's pretty solid too. It's called Danger. It has a dumbass name. It's like really long, but I think it's like Danger Days. Is that? Oh yeah, Danger Days, The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. Long ass name.
That is a long name. I appreciate a long album name.
Yeah. I can.
Yeah.
Because single word album names are a bit tough to do.
I think it depends. Like, I don't have an ideal length, but I think you know when you have an album name. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like a star aligning feeling, probably.
For sure.
Or at least,
Because album names and track names definitely have like distinctions between them, and they're related depending on like the genre of the artist, etc. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. Yeah. So apparently, Gerard Way's aunt is Joe Rogan's grandmother, and that's how they're related.
Oh. Wait, like the grandmother he talked about on the podcast that went to jail for running numbers?
Oh, maybe that could be it.
I don't know. I'll look into
it. Because I know he also has like step parents or like a stepdad, I think, because his dad left. But I don't know. Joe Rogan seems to be pretty tight with his grandparents. Also makes me think he's because my autistic cousin is also really big hanging out with my grandparents.
I don't know. We'll have to look into it.
Yeah, we'll have to look into it. So, and we all know that all autistic people are related because they were cursed by God and the devil to...
Christ! Oh my gosh!
That's why you gotta pull What?
No, I just wasn't ready. I didn't know that's where it was going.
I'm glad I hit hard. They were blessed with immeasurable intellectual strength, so that they could. Oh yeah, no, they're basically vampires, right? Like if you throw beans at them, they have to count them all and all that. You know, it's a good time. Well, the real high profile ones won't count them out loud as they pick them up. They'll just be like, "Why'd you put all these beans on my floor?" And then they'll like count them in their head. But if you're like, "How many beans was that?" They'll be like 457.
John, do you wanna wrap it?
I guess we can wrap it on that.
Let's wrap it on that.
Anything else you want to plug?
I just listened to like the Ty Segall album, Freedom Goblin. I know that I talk about Ty Segall a lot, but
I don't think I've ever heard you talk about Ty Segall, and I don't think I've ever listened to a Ty Segall thing.
Oh, okay. Well, listen to the Ty Segall album, Freedom's Goblin. I think it came out in 2018, but I'm a big fan of Ty Segall's. I'm just running through his discography again in a scholarly manner, and to be honest, I think it's one of his stronger albums. So yeah.
I recently picked back up. I'll just throw the song Piss from Jenny Death. It's a pretty good fucking album.
Oh no, that's a great one. That's a really good song.
I threw it on the treadmill I threw it on when I was on an elliptical at like the hour mark, and that's what I wrapped it up with last night. And then I got off and I almost passed out because I was possessed by an evil spirit. But
yeah.
I was like, oh, I can't walk because my legs are water. I don't know.
Hold on. Let me think. My shit's been retarded since beginning times.
Good time.
Up in your body like thickest one line. I'm the only thing. Yeah.
I was also just spitting and probably going like in a really annoying way. But it was also 11:54, so.
Oh Christ. Oh no, there's not a lot of music like Death Grips, and
there's not a lot of music like what?
Like Death Grips. There's not a lot.
Fuck. There's not a lot of what?
Oh, I said there's not a lot of music like Death Grips.
That's fair. I
don't know. They did something. They figured out something.
I'm excited because it's been a minute since they dropped a project, like 2 years now, I think.
Are they doing something soon?
I hope they do. That's about on their schedule, right?
I don't
I just
know.
need them to keep making music so that they keep touring, so that I can see them before I die
Yeah.
or they do.
Yeah, before we're fully out of it. Have you heard Gmail and the restraining order? Oh, have you heard Gmail and the restraining orders?
I have not. I think I like browsed it one time, but I haven't finished it ever.
It's a mixtape. It's pretty chaotic. I use it I listen to it when I'm like really upset because it's almost not music. Like it's almost just white noise, and it's very calming to me.
I listened to Chance the Rapper, and he's also like white noise to me because his voice, like his vocals, are not they're not good. Or like it's not even that they're not good. It's just like they sound like Danny Brown, but he's trying to be melodic, and I don't know if that's my jam. But I will I can definitely get into like the first half of 10 Day or like again like no, actually I think most of acid rap is pretty solid. But yeah,
Acid Rap is a solid album.
yeah.
Or I guess whatever.
I think I prefer 10 Day. I think I prefer 10 Day just because the stuff that hits hard on that album. But I think as an album, acid rap is definitely more cohesive.
Yeah, I haven't been through Chance the Rapper's discography at all, but yeah.
Young God is nothing but young man.
Well,
so nice. Good time.
Well, this has been the Pirates of Paradise.
Welcome to the new year.